During the official solo leveling Rise Sharp livestream, 6 new sets of artifacts have been presented to us. So in this video I wanted to talk specifically about these sets, what they're going to do, how they're going to work, what kind of changes in terms of meta we're going to receive, and provide some thoughts about it. This is Rudy Video Games channel, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and let's begin. And also before we're going to start, just want to remind you real quick about Netmarble Content Creator Program. If you want to support me, if you're enjoying my content, the link to my page is going to be in a pinned comment. So you're going to this page, log in with your game account, hit that support button, and in 24 hours you will be able to receive yourself free codes with some additional rewards. Easy one. Also, I have my own Discord server, it's becoming more active, I'm building up my community, so if you want to join for updates, to talk to me, to get some help, you're always welcome, also in a pinned comment. Now we're ready to start with the main topic of this video. And the first set that they have started with is actually Chaotic Wish, and this is a support 1 set. It also consists of 8 pieces, so like a Burning Blessing for support units. We don't have numbers and descriptions for 4 pieces set effect. 8 pieces is going to be something that we'll find out after the maintenance, I guess, but we can understand from the 2 set effects that it's going to work from ultimate skills and grants the wish effect to the user and team members, to everyone. Basically, it increases attack by 8% with duration up to 10 seconds. And I guess with 4 and 8, just this number is going to increase. Maybe we'll get some additional effects, and overall this might be an interesting alternative to the Burning Blessing set. Actually, for all other sets we'll have a chance to reforge them. It means upgrade to level 100, it's going to require some resources, and by my feeling, let's say majority of all the sets, they're going to be just a temporary alternative in compared to new sets that we're going to receive. This one, I should say, it's not the most impressive, it's like a good one addition for support units, because of course it's going to provide pretty much decent amount of the total power, again due to 8 pieces set, and for the Burning Blessing we're able to use both of them at the same time. So the whole thing, when we're lacking in terms of total power and we are using sometimes 2 support units in our team, of course we may consider ourselves to use both of them with the Burning Blessing set, but it doesn't mean that they're going to stick to each other. The only one set is going to work, so we basically losing some benefit from the second one, Hunter, from the set that he's using, she's using, whatever. Right now it's not going to be the case. We might use 2 great perfect sets, which is going to provide the most amount of the total power. The next one set that they presented is calling Chaotic Desire set. So this one is for breakers, and believe it or not, I have a feeling that it's going to be kinda a meta of breakers. I'm not joking. Like, if we're talking about the latest one, breakers, let's say Gunhi, even Acel at some point, let's say it's kinda questionable, but Goto definitely. From the kit of Seorin, she's able to deal also pretty much decent damage, I should say. About Goto, right now I'm doing a free-to-play account where I'm completing all the content with only Goto as the main DPS, and he is doing freaking great. There is no questions, like, at all. And for now, so far, we have an Obsidian set, which is providing 60% damage increase, just for you to keep in mind. And now about this one set, 8 pieces effect is going to actually increase break effectiveness in terms of opponents with elemental weakness by 30%. Decent, I should say. But besides this, we're also going to receive some additional effects, and the first one is going to be an increase of the damage of the user skill, which are dealing some break damage by 50%. So it's basically damage increase for breakers by 50%. And also the user and team members' elemental damage is going to be increased by 40% additionally. So in total, for the breaker, only for the breaker, it's going to be 90% increase of the damage output, which is crazy. Now to the next set, and it's Chaotic Brand. So they only shown us effect of 4 pieces, and this one is going to be actually important for DPS units. The thing how it works, it basically increases users' basic skill damage, stacking up to 20 times by 2.5%, so in total it's going to be 50%. Increase users' damage taken by 20% is pretty much obvious. Duration permanent. And also, when Hunter SGW is going to use basic skills, they're also going to recover 5% of MP, which is a pretty big deal. And this one thing is going to work perfectly with Obsidian set. We won't have any issues with mana management. Another interesting moment to actually think about how it's going to work specifically for SGW, because for example, if we talking about the big rock, the shadow, he is also boosting the damage from basic skills, but in terms of SGW, it basically boosts everything, weapon skills and also just rune skills. So basically all damage output is going to be increased. If that's the case, this is going to be something for SGW, like no questions about it. The other also users like Mireille, who is spamming with these attacks with basic skills, Kanai as well, even like for Goto in some cases it might be the useful one, but I think the breaker set is going to be still better overall, just because again he is a breaker and also he is going to receive pretty much decent damage increase. But overall it feels like the curse set is going to say goodbye, because this fact is really crazy and it's going to fit almost to everyone, because every hunter, they're dealing the major damage from their basic skills. And another one set which calls Destructive Instinct. This is a set of accessories and it's going to be specifically working for breakers. Here we're going to receive an increase of damage for specifically breakers, for skills that are going to deal some break damage. Increase of damage with 2 pieces by 30%, with 4 pieces by 60%. It's basically like an Obsidian one, but without any requirements in terms of MP, and it's going to work only for breakers. But it's going to apply to all skills that are dealing break damage. So basically I believe it's going to be even ultimates, for example for Goto or Ganhi or Asil as well, and for our Serene, she also deals break damage from her ultimate, I guess is going to be applicable as well. And it kinda makes sense to use this one if we're not lacking in terms of total power, because let's do some simple calculations. 4 pieces of the breaker set, the chaotic one, which we have already discussed, with 4 pieces is going to increase damage for the user, for the breaker, by 30%. Plus here 60% is going to be 90, plus 20% of elemental damage from that one chaotic. So 110% of damage increase. Jeez, man. Another one is going to be also about accessories, and it calls Shining Star. So the whole thing, how it looks and how it works, it's pretty much similar to Aquamarine set, which is Outstanding Connection, and they're providing like the same benefits, the same boss, just the whole thing that, for example, you can't use 2 Aquamarine in the same team, they're not going to stack to each other. But this one and Aquamarine, they're going to stack to each other. So in total we're going to receive, if I remember numbers correctly, 56% attack increase from both sets. And these some crazy numbers. 56%, can you imagine? And the last one, but not the least, Iron Will. the set that has been created specifically for Thomas and Charlotte, because it's increasing defense by 25% in total. Effect is going to be permanent, and it's working when the user is using the ultimate skill. And also, one interesting moment, that the ultimate skill damage is going to be increased by 50%, yes, one time, with the cooldown of 20 seconds. So basically, why is going to fit really well to Thomas? Because when we're transforming into his Goliath form, we're dealing some damage, and we're able to stay in this form for 25 seconds. Basically, before the end of his Goliath form, we're able to use his ultimate for the second time. This one ultimate is going to deal the most amount of damage, and we will be out of the cooldown for this one set to actually work and apply, let's say, this damage increase for his major ultimate. Imagine also using it with Min, who also is going to increase damage from ult by 50%. So in total it's going to be 100% of damage increase from the ult with this one set, and this is going to be a crazy one, especially for Charlotte. She also has like her ults every 20 seconds. This is some really big deal, I should say, for defense packed units. Specifically, we were talking about Thomas and Charlotte. Maybe we are going to receive some more units with defense scaling. And actually, my thoughts a little bit about the upcoming unit, because from Saren's kit we saw that she's going to boost defense of units. And I guess we might expect the new unit anniversary with defense as the main stat. And this might be the best one set for this one unit. It's just my thoughts and my speculations about it. But overall, my thoughts, how it's going to actually everything work and what kind of changes we might have. This is an important one, because right now we have pretty much broken units, each one of them, like even breakers who are doing some crazy shit. And you know what, with these new sets, the meta in general might change. We might see such team compositions when we're using like 2 breakers in one team just because they're doing some crazy damage, with some additional support unit, and they all are going to support each other and buff each other. This might be the case actually, believe it or not, for DPS units. The set that they have presented is probably going to be the best one so far in compared to what we have, and we may actually use 4-piece set and also an additional, let's say, accessory set, which is going to increase our damage by a certain amount with the obsidian or something else, but still kinda the strongest ones from what I've seen. I'm impressed most of all with the breaker set. Again, at some point I have some impressions from Goto and his performance. I saw what kind of shit Saren is doing, and maybe she's going to actually, in a proper setup, dealing way more damage, so we'll have to see. And of course I'm going to summon for her and do full tests. I'm going to farm all new artifacts and provide my opinions about their performance, how it actually works in practice, let's say. But overall, really, I have an impression that the breaker set are going to be the most broken. I have not that many things to say about the support sets, because overall we have pretty much similar, at least, set of accessories. For the gear set, I don't know what kind of effects we're going to receive at 4 and 8 pieces sets, so it's kind of questionable if it's going to be something OP, let's say. But it's really nice when we're going to use, for example, 2 support units, that we have options to use some really powerful sets with active effects, like the Burning Blessing, as I already explained, and these new Chaotic. But we'll see how it's going to be in reality. In my case, I'm planning to test breakers most of all, and even I will try to build myself a team with 2 breakers in it. So again, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, guys. Hope you enjoyed it and you're excited the same as me. See you in the next one. Take care.